the more we go, the more it turns out that Gene and I have the same job and do the same things. So, I agree with everything you said. And actually, just to focus in, you mentioned that the teams are a mix of people with deep experience and people who bring this other perspective. And I actually think, I saw there's a question, who would you bring in? Who's the ideal candidate? And I think that mix is actually incredibly critical, at least for the way that we're doing innovation, because ultimately we're not, at least for Mars Wrigley in our approach, we're not launching fully externalized new businesses, new legal entities, new whatever, right? We actually have to bring these things to life through our core business at some point. And by building new infrastructure, new capabilities that will then sit in the core, right? So you need a level of expertise. You need a level of expertise even in what our core capabilities are, our core technological capabilities, or the processes that we work, or our route to market capability, all of that stuff. And so you inherently are going to have people, you need to, who are really, really deep and expert and really, really new at this way of working. And I think, yes, you absolutely should supplement that with people who have maybe more of that entrepreneurial background, have everything that you just described, Gene, in terms of their approach. But then I think that the challenge for us sort of sitting in the center is, how do I resource the teams appropriately, as you said, and how do I paint a picture for people at every level and through lots of touch points of what this new set of behaviors kind of looks and feels like. And so we've spent a ton of effort over the course of this year, kind of hitting people over the head with it 1,000 different ways, but trying to make it entertaining and interesting, and sort of provoking and inspiring and demonstrating and pointing out examples within our own community and outside of our community of people doing things differently. I'll give you a really tangible example, right? We have this community meeting where we bring together all the kind of 100 people who are part of this organization. And every few weeks, we bring something new into that forum. And maybe it's an external voice. And I'm intentional to say it doesn't need to be perfectly lined up with our strategy. They don't need to agree with every single thing that we've done. It's just, how do I bring someone in who's going to bring a new point of view? And that means that at least once every 3 weeks, everyone's getting just their minds shaken a little bit, right? And then within that, we highlight things from the team. We had a whole session where all we did the whole time was just share examples of what we called pick up the phone behavior. So I think because so much of it is about giving people permission to do things differently than they do in their core business. And this idea of just pick up the phone, right? You have a question about a new space that you're in. Have you talked to your friends and family about it? Have you found the buyer in this new category who you could so pick up the phone. And again, if you work in a big corporation, that feels very foreign. The idea that you would even be allowed to kind of go and create those kinds of connections. So that's just one really tangible example. But how do I continually show people that different behaviors are possible and encouraged?
I love it.